If you missed it, Super Fight season is back with a bang. What a shot. But this fight is different. Two of the best fighters in the world go up against each other when they are at their best. Which one will win? Las Vegas can't tell what will happen.
Is there a fighter in the world that can beat Bud Crawford? I ain't came across him yet. Everything happened for a reason, and I truly and firmly believe the reason for me to be in this situation right now is to become 3-time undisputed champion of the world.
I'm here in boxing to make history, and winning for me means a lot in this fight because he's one of the best in the last 15 years. He accomplished a lot and I accomplished a lot, and I think it's a perfect match.
I was excited, but I wasn't like, oh, I beat Spence, or I didn't. It was something that I already knew was gonna happen. I just needed the opportunity to show everyone.
He is willing to take a risk. This is literally uncharted territories for Terrence Crawford.
I don't care. He can weigh 200. That's gonna be bad on him.
Don't let anyone tell you that the weight doesn't matter. It makes this a monumental accomplishment for Crawford.
Putting on muscle don't actually mean that you're gonna be slower, but you punch a little harder.
But I think you gotta lean more towards Canelo, because like I said before, he been pitting big guys out and down, and Canelo not even really a 68 pounder. He probably really should be at 60 maybe, and he been hurting these guys. I think he be dropping these guys and things like that. So, and them guys be way bigger than him come fight night. I know that for sure. They be probably close to 200 pounds, and he dropping those guys like that.
How do you see this fight with Canelo going or ending?
I'm definitely gonna win the fight for sure, but I think it's gonna be a tough fight. I think he's gonna bring the best out of me. I'm gonna bring the best out of him, and it's gonna be exciting.
Boxing experts have given Terrence Crawford one last warning not to fight Canelo Alvarez, but Crawford is still not sure. On the other hand, Ronnie Shields said he thought Bud Crawford would win. He thinks Crawford has grown up, his mind is stronger, and when he trains, he looks better. Shields thinks Canelo is getting older because he saw him get worse against William Skull. As he put it, Canelo will be more shocked by Crawford's speed than his strength. Shields said that a Crawford win would be one of the 10 best of all time.
My answer has been Bud Crawford.
Okay.
And I just see Bud is maturing into the fighter that he wants to be. And he's doing it for himself, not for anybody else. And so that means, I watched little clips of him training and doing different things, and I can see a big difference in Bud right now.
Okay.
Bud is mentally strong. And, Canelo is getting older.
Right.
And when he fought William School in his last fight, I saw a big difference in Canelo. But I think Bud is going to be faster and, not stronger, but he's going to use his speed that's going to throw Canelo off. And I really and truly believe Bud Crawford is going to win this fight. Well, I think it's definitely ranking in the top 10. Right, they're all great wins. That's for sure.
Bruce Carrington also said the fight was great, and he said that even though he likes Canelo, he thinks Crawford will beat him. He knows how big and strong Canelo is, but he thinks Crawford's skill, ring smarts, and movement will be better. Carrington thinks Crawford has what it takes to pull off the upset.
It's approaching. Everyone's talking about it. Canelo versus Crawford. How do you see this fight going?
Crawford all the way. Hey, listen, it's going to be a good fight, though. It's going to be a great fight. I love Canelo Alvarez. He's also one of my favorite fighters to watch as well. But Crawford, I feel like he has what it takes to bring an upset. I really do. Granted, the size is a big issue, and the power. But I feel like Crawford, he has the skill, he has the IQ, and the footwork to get away with it, for sure.
Do you see that fight going to the decisions, though, or knockout?
Yeah, I see it going to decision, for sure.
But Jaron Boots, he says he's leaning more toward Canelo because he's been beating better opponents. Even though Canelo isn't really a 168-pound fighter and could fight at 160 pounds. Ennis says that many of Canelo's opponents weigh close to 200 pounds on fight night. Canelo keeps beating these guys up. He thinks the people want a great fight to happen and is looking forward to it.
I think you gotta lean more towards Canelo, because like I said before, he been pitting big guys out and down, and Canelo not even really a 68 pounder. He probably really should be at 60 maybe, and he been hurting these guys. I think he be dropping these guys and things like that. So, and them guys be way bigger than him come fight night. I know that for sure. They be probably close to 200 pounds, and he dropping those guys like that. So, I don't know. It's gonna be a great fight. The fans want to see it. So, so be it.
In addition, Terence Crawford said he was sure he could beat Canelo Alvarez. He does think, though, that the fight will be intense and exciting, with both teams giving it their all. He said that he wants Canelo's titles and the legitimate title, so they don't have a grudge against each other. Crawford said there was never another fight like that in the history of boxing. He called it the biggest.
This is the biggest fight in boxing. The biggest fight in boxing.
How do you see this fight with Canelo going or ending?
I'm definitely going to win the fight, for sure. But, I think it's going to be a tough fight. I think he's going to bring the best out of me. I'm going to bring the best out of him, and it's going to be an exciting fight.
Do you guys have any bad blood at all, or is it all business?
It's just business. I want what he got. And that's them belts, and that's that undisputed title. And that's it. It ain't personal. It's just, he got something that I want.
After this, this is so big. Does it get bigger than this?
Not at all. This is the biggest fight in boxing. The biggest fight in boxing. No other fight in boxing today is on the level of Terence Crawford and Canelo.
Andre Ward says, it's dangerous to fight bigger guys because their size and strength can hurt your arms and shoulders, and stopping a blow uses up a lot of your energy. He made it clear that he beat them because he wasn't scared of bigger opponents, had a lot of energy, was stronger than he looked, hit hard enough to get respect, and kept pressing the bigger fighter until they gave up. Both in the Olympics and in sparring, these tactics have helped him.
Now, that's a bigger risk. You get hit on the shoulder, ooh, and it drains you. You get
like
hit
a little energy bar.
Yeah. You get hit with it. I done been in there with heavyweights, and in this ring, you can block 3 punches. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, you gotta get yourself together. He ain't even laying clean, but he's such a big, strong man that you feel it. Boom, my elbow. Boom, he half caught me on my liver, half caught me on my elbow. Man, you gotta deal with that. You gotta deal with that. So, but what works for me is the fact that I'm not afraid of a bigger man. My stamina, I'm physically stronger than what meets the eye, and I'm hitting hard enough to get respect. And then I just keep coming, and then you start to see like we're even. Then the big guy starts to wear down. That's what's always benefited in the Olympics.
People in show business, who are supposed to be adults, asked Crawford how she was so amazing that she could do something that not even Sugar Ray Leonard had done. I'm rooting for Crawford and hoping for something historic, he stated. He said Leonard moved up from welterweight to 160 pounds faster than he should have, and that Marvin Hagler won the hard-fought split decision that ended Leonard's fight with Hagler. Canelo said that Crawford stays fit by working out more, even though Crawford only fights twice a year. He does think, though, that Crawford's run is ending.
For Crawford, I want to see something great. And what if Crawford is that magical? What if he's a unicorn? Not even Sugar Ray Leonard did this. Sugar went from welterweight to 160. He definitely wasn't 38. And Hagler wasn't younger than him by 4 years. Not even Sugar did. And what Sugar did was insane. And that fight was a split decision. We still don't know. I think Hagler won. I think Hagler got robbed. How did we all forget about the Madrimov fight? And what's getting me is Canelo fights twice a year. He's at least twice a year. That dude done fought 4 times a year, 3 times. This guy is fighting all the time, staying sharp. With 5 more fights on His Excellency Turki Al-Sheik's contract. The road stops here for Bud.
Sebastian Fundora says that Jaron Ennis is a good fighter from both sides, just like Terence Crawford. Because of this, he thinks it makes sense for Canelo Alvarez to have him on his training team. He did say, though, that Canelo probably could have done it without him and that the choice may have been made in part to get attention. Fundora said that going up to junior middleweight is a whole different thing, but he did agree that Ennis was very good at welterweight. Fundora is interested in seeing how Ennis does in his other weight class, junior middleweight.
What about Ennis? He's the new addition to 154. He's yet to fight there. Canelo brought him in camp specifically because he's a switch hitter like Terence Crawford. What do you make of Ennis just not being in your division and then him contributing to Canelo's camp heading into this fight? Is that a good move?
I think it's good for Canelo's camp to have a fighter like Ennis Because, yeah, he likes to switch right-handed, southpaw. I think Canelo probably didn't need that. But, you know, the fact that Ennis went might cause a little bit drama. I think he did for a dramatic effect. But, you know, great fighter. Great fighter at 147. But 154 is a different division. They have me in there, so we'll see what he...
Canelo Alvarez should win because he is bigger, stronger, and can give Terence Crawford good hits, according to Robert Garcia. This is especially true since Crawford has only fought once at 154 pounds, and he didn't look good. This is his first real fight at that weight. He said that Crawford's brave choice to move up 2 weight classes made people worry about his chances.
On paper, Canelo should win. Canelo's bigger and stronger. And if Canelo lands good punches, I think Canelo could hurt Crawford. Crawford's, you know, first time in that division and jumping 2 divisions where he only had 1 fight at 154 and didn't look his best either. So there's a lot of questions, you know, about that, and that's why a lot of people think Canelo is going to knock out.
Garcia also said that Crawford still has a real chance to win. He said, with the right game plan, Crawford could box smartly, stay mobile, and win on points by landing combinations. This showed how smart, fast, and good at fighting Crawford was. After that, Garcia said that Canelo was physically stronger than Crawford, so he wouldn't bet on Crawford. But if Canelo fights like he has been lately, without any defense and with just 1 punch, Crawford might have no trouble beating him.
I'm probably one of the only ones that I do give Crawford a chance. Yeah. I think Crawford could pull it off. Crawford is very talented. He's very fast. He's very smart in the ring. So I think a perfect fight, Crawford could pull off a decision.
Okay.
I think he could win a decision. I don't pick him. You know, I wouldn't put my money on him winning because it's a very dangerous, risky fight, especially with Canelo being so strong. But Canelo's last few performances, he's looked slow, flat-footed, looking for 1 punch at a time. And if that's the Canelo that fights Crawford, Crawford could win a decision. Crawford could outbox him, could outsmart him, could land 3-4 punch combinations and move and win a decision. So do I give Crawford a chance? 100% think Crawford could pull it off. Would I put my money on it? Probably not, but I do give him a...
Virgil Ortiz Jr. knows that the fight will be tough, even though he thinks Canelo Alvarez will win. He did say, though, that he is not completely ruling out Crawford's hopes.
Yeah, I back him. I think it's going to be a competitive fight, though. I just think that Canelo, he's supposed to win. I think he should win. But I'm not counting Crawford out. Yeah, I just think that's how it should.
At the fight, Al Bernstein said he didn't know what would happen, but that both Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez could win. There was a real chance for both sides to win, and he heard their good words.
Anybody that picks anybody. I was in the 7-Eleven, or I don't know, one of the gas stations getting gas the other day, and some guy recognized me and said, was talking, and he said, so what's going to happen to Canelo and Crawford? I said, honestly, I don't know. He said, no, you have to know.
Yeah, you got to know, because when we ask you, you got to give an answer.
And honestly, it's one of those fights where I could easily see either man winning this fight.
Yeah.
I get the arguments for Crawford. I get the arguments for Canelo Alvarez. And either one of them might get the job done.
Anyone who picks someone. A man who knew me asked, so what's going to happen to Canelo and Crawford? I was at a 7-Eleven or maybe another gas stop the other day to get gas. To be honest, I'm not sure. I told you. He told her, no, you have to know. Since you have to answer our questions, you should already know this. I also think that any man could easily win this kind of fight. I understand Crawford's point of view, I see things from Canelo Alvarez's point of view. They were both able to do the job, though.
David, does Bud have a chance against Canelo?
I think he does, bro. I think if anybody could beat Canelo, I think Bud, his IQ and his experience will definitely help him through. It's just that, you know what I mean? It's going up 2 other weight classes when he had just went up to 154. So we'll see what happens.
David Benavidez says that Bud Crawford has a real chance to beat Canelo Alvarez. He made it clear that Crawford might be the only fighter who could beat Canelo because of how skilled and knowledgeable he is in strategy fighting, which would give him control over the fight. He did say, though, that Crawford is going up 2 categories because he recently gained 154 pounds. So, it's still not clear what he will do in response to such a jump.
September 13th, this is gonna be different for you.
I think I said this before people killed me. I said that this reminds me, and it could be like Pacquiao when he fought De La Hoya. So, at the end of the day, looking forward, off of the last fight with Canelo, I like Crawford every bit as much as I did before that Canelo fight. I like Crawford then, I like him now.
As an additional defense for Terence Crawford, Teddy Atlas said that the fight on September 13th reminded him of Manny Pacquiao's fight with Oscar de la Hoya. Canelo Alvarez said that, despite how he looks now, he had made this link before and been criticized for it. Atlas said he will still back Crawford and that his trust in him has not changed.
I ain't gonna lie, I've been putting it out since, I want to say, when he fought Sean Porter. Like back then, if you go watch, it's an interview out there. I had said I think that Terence Crawford would beat Canelo Alvarez right after he fought Sean Porter. So the idea, I've been thinking about it. I've been saying it before Bud even.
After Terence Crawford beat Sean Porter, Shakur Stevenson remembered picturing Crawford and Canelo Alvarez getting into a fight. Just after the fight, they showed an old video of him saying that he thought Crawford could beat Canelo. Stevenson says he had this thought a long time before Crawford talked about it in public.
Because I just knew, like, as far as in that weight class, Terence Crawford is like the greatest. So I just feel as though with Canelo's style and like the style of boxing that he got, I think and this is before Bivol did it, but I thought like Terence Crawford was the only guy who I felt as though could have beat Canelo with his style.
Shakur Stevenson said that this was the right fight, and he later said that he thought Terence Crawford was the best fighter in his weight class. He believed Canelo's style of fighting would work well with Crawford's. Before Dimitri Bivol beat him, Stevenson thought Crawford was the only boxer who had the skills and plan to beat Canelo.
I mean, it could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford want to challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great, you know? So, you know what I'm saying? I'm with it. So, you know, I'll be going for Bud, you know, if he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he's going to win or lose, but I definitely be going Crawford, I think if anybody can pull it off, he can pull it off.
You know,
He's chasing greatness, so why not? Canelo came up to 175 and all that and fought Kovalev and fought the other guy too. So, I mean, if he can do it, and he started at, 147? So, I mean, if he's doing it, why can't Crawford do it?
Errol Spence Jr. fully supports Crawford's choice to strive for long-term excellence and go above and beyond his own goals. If that's what Crawford wants, there's no reason to talk him out of it, he said. Spence said he will back Crawford, even though he doesn't know what will happen. Crawford clearly had the most skills and experience for the job. Besides that, he said that Canelo had shown that it is possible to move up to light heavyweight and fight tougher opponents. So, Crawford is free to do the same.
This fight, in a lot of ways, early on, could be a very interesting fight because it's one that, like, works in the rhythm of both guys, because this is what Canelo does and what he likes to do. And I'm okay if I'm only getting elbows, and I'm okay if I'm swinging and I'm missing, because I'm going to catch up to you eventually, you know? Bud is not going to move so far out of the way that he can't do it.
Sean Porter says that the early rounds should be the most exciting because they are a good fit for both competitors' ways. He said Canelo likes this kind of fight because it makes him calm down, even though some of his first shots don't hit. He acts this way because he knows that waiting will pay off in the end. Porter said that the fight is much more interesting because Crawford doesn't move back far enough to let Canelo close in.
Man, I can't wait for this fight. This is the best matchup that could be made. And I'm like, no, it's not. Certainly not. Definitely not. Definitely not the best fight that can be made right now. I can think of a dozen fights that I would rather see, and a lot of them include Inoue against a bunch of different guys that I would rather see over this fight. But casual fans don't care that much about 122-pound guys who fight across the world in Japan. They care about big names and characters. But at the end of the day, when you look at this on paper, Crawford's 38, Canelo's 35. Neither looked very impressive in their last fight. They're still 3 weight classes apart. That has not changed, you know, and Crawford hasn't fought in a year plus. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of poo-pooing of this on paper.
Chris Algieri says that this isn't the best fight. He thinks there are better fights to have, especially with Naoya Inoue, even though this one is getting a lot of attention. His opinion is that most fans are more interested in famous people than in ability or the right weight classes. It was said by Algieri that Terence Crawford is 38 years old. Canelo Alvarez is 35 years old. On their most recent trips, both seemed average. They are still split into 3 weight groups. It's been over a year since Crawford fought anyone.
Size, bro, remember, like, Crawford then is a big boy as well. Crawford's a big guy when it comes to weight. A box fight, yeah. I think Crawford, in my opinion, but size might matter. But then again, I think since when I fought Canelo's become a better boxer. He started boxing more better. You know what I mean? Technical more. Especially against the last fight against Mangui. He boxed really well as well. And he's looking really good. He's still, a lot of people might say, oh, he's getting old, this and another. But no, Canelo's still a beat.
This is the end of today's movie. What do you think? What do you think about the fight between Crawford and Canelo? Write what you think about this fight in the box below. Sign up for more movies and like this one if you liked it. Check out our other videos, which are also shown on the screen right now.